A stranger, believe me when I say, loving me is in danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. with the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Alright guys, so I don't think Satellite will be here today. He has his kid on the weekend because she's not at school, so we're not quite sure what's happening with him. Obviously if he's in or if he's around, he'll jump in. If not, I'll be solo. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's kick this off with a bang because, well, to be honest, I have to get to bed because I have to get to work tonight. So, Jussie Smollett has been indicted. Hang on, I need to turn my webcam around. Yeah, that's better. Jussie Smollett indicted on 16 felony counts of hoax hate attack. So we knew this was coming. Jussie Smollett knew this was coming. This is obviously in regards to he's you know, I was attacked, holding my Subway sandwich, you know, bro, sort of thing. We obviously know now that there's obviously we can't say for definite, but my thought pattern on this is that it was all staged. It was all fake. Now, obviously, we'll have to wait for the courts to decide that. But that's my opinion on the matter. I think I've said that enough, so I don't have to worry about getting sued. But yeah, Empire actor Jussie Smollett on Friday was indicted by a grand jury in Chicago on 16 felony counts in connection to an alleged hate crime staged against himself in January. Last month, Smollett was charged with a felony disorder conduct for allegedly filing a false police report on January 29th, the Cook County State's Attorney Office said. Smollett, who plays a gay character on Empire, said he was attacked. I thought he was gay in real life too, but anyway. Says he was attacked as he was walking home from downtown Subway sandwich shop. He said the masked men beat him up, made derogatory comments, yelled, "This is mega country," and referenced President Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," before fleeing the scene. I don't remember that last part. I don't remember all that and all the stories I've covered on it, but anyway. Police said Smollett planned the hoax because it was unhappy with his salary and wanted to promote his career. Before the attack, he also sent a letter threatening himself to the Chicago studio where Empire is shot. Police said Smollett is earning more than $100,000 per episode, according to several reports. Smollett's character on Empire was removed for the final 2 episodes of the season in the wake of these legal woes. While those allegations were very disturbing, we are placing our trust in the legal system as the process plays. Empire executive producer Lee Daniels Hammer said in a written statement, "We're also aware of the efforts of this process on the cast and crew members who work on our show and avoid further disruptions on set. We have decided to remove the role of Jamal from the final 2 episodes of the season. The series is in a mid-season break and returns May 13th with a 9 episodes. The last 2 episodes of the 5th season were still being made when Smollett was charged. At this point, Smollett is a part of the 7 already completed episodes. Smollett's legal team issued a statement after his arrest, calling the actor a man of impeccable character and integrity whose fierce and solemnly maintains he's innocent. The statement called Johnson's news conference an organized law enforcement spectacle. The presumption of innocence, the bedrock in the search for justice, was trampled upon at the expense of Smollett, the statement read. I don't know how you get that, but regardless, the Associated Press, blah, 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 blah. Look, at the end of the day, what's my view on all this? Okay, so, look, do I reckon he did it? Sure, yeah. I reckon he faked the hate crime. The thing that a lot of people are ignoring or forgetting about this was that when this first happened, he turned around and said that he didn't know who it was because they were covered up. They were wearing balaclavas. Then the police showed him a photo of 2 white men, and he said, without a doubt, that was them. So, my question is this. If the police hadn't realized that this was a fake crime, if the police hadn't gone through and looked into this and realized that it was fake, how far would he have gone? Would these 2 people that he was would they have gone to jail? What would be the outcome for these people that Jussie Smollett would have accused so that he could have gone through and furthered his career? And that's the real thing that bothers me most about the situation. If this is a fake hate crime, right? We can't say it is for definite yet. He hasn't been tried. But at the end of the day, say it's a fake hate crime. Say he was lying his ass off. Well, my question is this. What would have happened if they had to turn around and said, we got Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They were walking down the street, or Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith walking down the street. These are the 2 guys we think attacked you. Would he have turned around and said, yep, that's them, and then they would have been prosecuted? Or would he have turned around and admitted that it was fake? To me, I'm leaning towards the fact he would have locked them up. So we could have possibly had 2 guys go to jail and serve time for something that Jussie set up and allegedly planned so that he could allegedly get paid more on his alleged TV show. That to me is the major factor of this court case. It's not him faking a hate crime. That happens every day. But how far would he have gone to go through and to actually prosecute these guys? That to me is frigging worrying. Because, what? Would he have locked them up? Would they have gone to jail? How far would he have gone with it? Where would he see him turn around already and saying things like, for example, yeah, that's them, you know, locked up, yep, that was the guys that attacked me, bullshitting his way through it. He said he was willing to sign a complaint. Yeah, like, how far was he going to go with this? And what would have happened if it had failed? If this hate crime had been thought to have been real? If the police hadn't realised that it was fake? Would these guys go into jail? Does anybody in the left care about that? That these 2 guys might have possibly been prosecuted and jailed for this hate crime? Doubt it. But, you know, that's my problem with it. Alright, let's go through some of these chats. Holy dooly, you guys have been busy. Alright, so obviously Amy and I were talking in chat beforehand. Sorry I was late, guys, by the way, for everybody that's just joining. I was doing Excel spreadsheets. Some of you know I do the gaming channel. We had an update that came out just recently, just like in the past half an hour, and I was putting all the data in so I can see what sort of progress they're making on future patches and stuff for Star Citizen. Well, 16, I'm surprised. Yeah, what was that? Sorry. Freaking reload. Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. You've seen Joe Rogan's podcast with Tim Pool. I asked Amy. Not part of it, not the 3 hour, but part 1 I saw showed the hypocrisy. Bullying is their perception. Wow, 16, I'm surprised. It means from what has been shown that it's already fake, but that's a bright side. A gay man actually paid someone to commit a hate crime attack against a country, no less. Yeah, he paid some guys to beat him up so he could fake a hate crime. Like, the point where you actually have to start faking stuff just to be a victim. Hello, Cinny. I want to say Cinny. I might be getting that. Cinny Mini in the comments. I might be getting that wrong. Seems he was willing to throw anyone under the bus. That is my argument, Amy. And that's what I worry about. How far was he willing to go to actually get these guys committed? That is the scary part. Cinny Mini, he should get what real hate crime would get, since this is atypical of hate crime. Yeah, I would say anybody that fakes hate crime is automatically given the same sentence as someone who carries one out, because technically it is still carrying out a hate crime, isn't it? Amy, he said he was willing to sign a complaint. NPC's in chat. Hey NPC, Earth is still flat. No, it's not. It's not flat, NPC. Okay, it's a globe. Hey NPC, how are you, buddy? Amy, he did until he saw the other brothers in the mugshots. Then said not sure. He would have testified against anyone from what came out. Yeah, I believe you actually, Amy. I reckon he would have thrown him under a bus too. NPC, Jussie Smollett is a psychopath, pathological liar, allegedly. These people feed on fake narratives and should get the max. Yeah, so NPC, we're just saying that he should get the same as someone who fakes the hate crime as the real hate crime. I imagine that would have stopped the attack. Amy, he is now saying the brothers did attack him. What is he changing his story again, is he? We haven't quite finished this, have we? No, we did finish it, yeah. I think he's still he is still saying these brothers attacked him on their own. So now what happens? So Cindy, what happens is he goes to court. The police will provide evidence. They will have testimony and proof and whatnot, and it goes to a jury. But from what I know, they have the magazines that the brothers used to cut out the letters from the threat that was sent to the Empire Studios. They have the brothers' testimony against Smollett, as far as I know. And I imagine they would have like text messages and video calls and audio calls and stuff like that as well. He might actually get away with it. Nah, he's not going to get away with it, Amy. He's done after this. Even if he doesn't get jail time, his career is pretty much done for a while anyway. NPC, he paid him to... they should be prosecuted. Jussie for false reports and conspiracy, and Deceit and the two brothers for assault. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends. Is it, at the end of the day, is it worth like throwing the brothers under the bus, or is it worth working with them and getting a confession regarding Jussie? Cindy Mini says he said on the check personal training. Yeah, I'm aware of that. He backdated it too. But if there's a text message where, like, for example, he turned around and did something like, I'll make a check out for personal training and you assault me or something like that so I can claim being a victim. If there's any text messages or anything like that they would have, then he's pretty much done for, isn't he? Amy, but he's claiming he paid for workouts. Buffering, yep, that's it. Me too, buffering. Yeah, guys, as for buffering, look, it's my internet. I know, it's going to be like this at least for... NPC still trying to troll about the Earth being flat. It's going to be like this for probably for the next 4 weeks. I'm getting new internet in early May, or early or mid-May. So March, April, May. So I got 2 months really, and then it's done. So about 8 weeks. Thank you, NPC, for the super chat. And no, you are wrong. It is not flat. It is a globe. But thanks for the super chat, man. You don't have to. Amy, they have to get around check thing to prosecute to win. Of course, there would be vid in Ubers. Yeah, he could always say, oh, look, the check was a workout. But if they've got text messages or something like that, Amy, that's kind of him being done for. If they can prove that those checks were for assault and not for workouts, then, yeah. Cindy Mitty says, oh my god, they didn't get rid of the mags they used for the fake letters. No, they kept them and left them laying around the house. Morons, I know. But anyway. Amy, I saw Holly Weird Stars still support him even now. Yeah, that's because of teaming. That's because of partisans. They don't want to admit that fake hate happened, because if it does, then the next time it happens, well, is it fake or is it real? And at the end of the day, also they want it to be real because they need a victim. They need someone to be a victim. But anyway. NBC, hate crime is bullshit. Charge them with what they did. You start prosecuting for motive alone, then you're in dangerous territory. But anyway. Let's jump on to the next story. Look, as for this myself, I reckon he faked it. I reckon he paid him off. Okay. I got paid good money. Not trolling. Really is looking... You want me to look into flat Earth, do you? You want me to look into it? Alright. So, let's jump on to the next topic. Michael Avenatti law firm files for bankruptcy. So, Michael Avenatti, I'm probably getting that wrong, law firm filed for bankruptcy protection Thursday after his ex-partner, allegedly the television lawyer, attempted to hide millions derived from legal fees, according to the report. The Los Angeles reports that Avenatti filed for bankruptcy ahead of the scheduled appearance before the federal judge in California Friday, where he was expected to testify on Egan Avenatti's financial situation. Jason Frank, an attorney and former partner in the firm, accused Avenatti of attempting to shield legal fees from creditors amid the company's bankruptcy procedure. Who cares? Old firms that we have not operated under for a very long time, and Nevy said of the bankruptcy filing to the Times. We want to ensure the proper distribution of asset creditors. It means nothing to our current law practice. Onward and upward. Get woke, go broke. That's all I have to say about this. So the filings put Avenatti's planned testimony on hold. The attorney for Frank said that in a statement that Avenatti's testimony would have exposed the television lawyer's financial shenanigans. Mr. Avenatti would try something so desperate speaks volumes about how bad the evidence is against him, said attorney Eric George. In May 2018, U.S. bankruptcy judge Catherine Brewer ordered the law firm to pay Frank $10 million. Under the bankruptcy settlement, court documents have shown Avenatti agrees to pay the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, $2.4 million in unpaid taxes, fines, and interest. The development comes after the Avenatti caught a legal break in the connection to his November 2008 domestic violence arrest. Last month, the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office said the television lawyer would not face charges relating to the arrest. An actress who allegedly said she had a relationship with Avenatti said He dragged her across the floor of his Los Angeles apartment after the argument over money, court documents show. Avenatti, a frequent critic of President Trump, declined to run for the White House as a Democrat in December 2018. He remains the attorney of pornographic actress Stormy Daniels, who has repeatedly paid hush money to remain silent about an affair with President Trump before he entered politics. I don't care about Stormy Daniels. I really, really, really don't. I don't care about Bill Clinton banging an intern. I don't care about Trump banging a porn star. Okay? So that to me is... yeah. As for Avenatti... look, obviously it's sad when businesses fail. But, you know, they fail all the time. 50% of new businesses in the first 2 years will go bankrupt or fail. So, yeah. Obviously, I think he's a bit of a scumbag too. So, yeah, he's getting what he deserves, I suppose. I don't know. I paid good money. I'm not a troll. Really, is calling. Look into it. Alright, NPC, I'll look into the Earth being flat, okay? Because you paid me the $2, alright? I will do that for you, just for you, alright, buddy? I'll do it over the weekend. Actually, NPC, hit me up in my DMs in Twitter. If you want to jump on, we'll do like a gaming session thing. And you can tell me all about the flat Earth theory if you want to jump on. NPC, the news raccoon is a loon. Nobody ever went to the moon. Smart ass. Amy, finally the guy owed $10 million or so the government last year. NPC, share the stream. Click the smash button. Yeah, guys, obviously it does help me out when you hit that smash the like button. Also the share button too. Generally, Facebook and YouTube and whatnot do not share these links. So, yeah. Who knows? Who knows why they don't share it? Apparently, you know, Twitter doesn't, you know, doesn't suppress anybody, right? So, yeah. NPC F in the chat. Yeah, is that F for respects? Is it F for respects for the red panda? All right, let's get on. Teenager is suing a clinic for aborting his girlfriend's pregnancy without his consent. I don't know if he's got a leg to stand on legally, but it's an interesting case. Abortion is a touchy subject, and we're just being demonetised, that no one only evokes a lot of emotion, but a bunch of different perspectives. Well, a story out of Alabama, USA, is sure to ignite a very big debate about the fetal ownership. Ryan Magers, I might be mispronouncing that, has decided to sue a clinic in Madison County because it aborted his girlfriend's pregnancy without his consent. But it gets a bit deeper than that. A court has recognized the unborn baby is a person with rights, as the law in Alabama allowing for the 19-year-old would-be father to sue on its behalf. It's been 2 years since Megan's girlfriend got the procedure, but he's been fighting for his day in court, so that means the future will be able to have a legal precedent to keep their baby, even if others half doesn't. He told WAAY 31, I'm here for the men who actually want to have their baby. I believe that every children is, from conception is a baby and deserves to live. I just tried to plead with her and just talk to her about it and see what I could do. But in the end, there was nothing I could do to change her mind. So even though there is nothing I can do for the situation I was in, there's something I can do for the future situations for the people. A girlfriend is reportedly 6 weeks along in her pregnancy before she took 2 pills for the abortion. Mega's lawyer, Brett Helms, added that Ryan was prepared to step up to the plate and become a father. Ryan was all about family. He took extra jobs to be able to pay for the birth of the baby, he told Rufine 29. He doesn't know why she didn't want to go through with the pregnancy. He's not giving a definite answer to... Sorry, he's not giving me a definite answer to that question. While he's obviously defending his client, he does recognise the court side of them. If it could have some far-reaching consequences, one of those being what happens if a female rape victim has to give birth to a baby conceived with the rapist because he wants the child, which is where I get a little touchy on this subject too. I don't think she should have the baby. Helms said, I think the answers to a lot of these questions will have to play out in the future, depending on the court rules. This could be a situation where fathers have a given consent to abort. Also, our Obama legislature could curve our expectations. It's almost too early to tell. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like it when women are forced to have rape babies. But I understand in this situation his problem too. He was willing to step up and to become a father, and yeah, she didn't. So yeah, well, it's going to be an interesting court case. I tell you, we'll obviously try and keep an eye on it, see what happens. But oof, wouldn't want to be the judge on this one. Frigging buffering, yeah, I know, NPC man. There's not a lot I can do about it, guys. It's really not. Greetings from Mobile, Alabama. Hello, Philip. How are you, buddy? We're just talking about Alabama, actually. NPC. Trump is a slag. None cares. Hey, don't go slugging off our president or your president. I love Trump. He is the Uber troll. He is definitely the Uber troll. It takes two, and every father has the right to take custody if she doesn't want it. It only right. Makes me so sad in a day when people complain men don't stand up. True, Amy, but what happens if it's a rape victim? NPC, hi Phil, greetings from South Carolina, UK. Philip, Gwen, Sweet Home Alabama, FFF. Old NPC, yep, okay. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. I can see pros and cons on both sides. So, anyway, let's jump into the next story. So Shamina Begum, I'm getting that wrong. ISIS teenager's baby son has died. SDF confirms. So the baby of son of Sharam Begum, who fled London to join the Islamic State group, has died, a spokesman for the Syrian Democratic Forces has said. The group, which runs the camp where the teenager has been living, confirmed the death on Friday. The baby died of pneumonia. You know that word. I'm getting it wrong. I can't pronounce it. According to a medical certificate, he was less than 3 weeks old. Miss Belgium left the UK in 2015 with 2 friends and was found in Syria refugee camp in mid-Feb. She wanted to return to Britain but was stripped of her citizenship. Her husband, ISIS fighter called Yo Goreki, I'm getting that wrong as well, is being held at a nearby prison and has been informed of the baby's death. A paramedic working for the Kurdish Red Crescents around the camp told the BBC the baby, called Jura, had been suffering from breathing difficulties. He was taken to a doctor on Thursday morning before being transferred to hospital along with his mother, but died at 1:30 p.m. the local time, the medical worker added. I'd like to see an autopsy on the baby, just to make sure. But, you know, she's living in a refugee camp. Yeah, this sort of stuff is quite common. So, yeah. I do find it interesting because this baby was supposedly one of the main reasons why she was going to return to the UK, and now he's dead. Well, is she still returning to the UK, or at the end of the day, is it now that it's blessing in disguise? I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, yes, fathers have equal rights. Amy says in chat. NPC, hi Amy. Yep, okay. Thanks NPC. Hello, Greg says hello. Hello, Greg. How are you? NPC, hi Greg. Hey Greg, lung infection. Sad news for the ISIS prodigy. Pneumonia. Yep, okay, yep, pneumonia. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been up since like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock yesterday night, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning here. It'll be all over the media to gain more sympathy for her. I feel that the innocent child, but the mother, geez. Yeah, true. They were chucking the baby around like a ragdoll. Jesus Christ, NPC. Alright. Lindsey Graham reboots Pfizer abuse investigation with expansive DOJ document requests. Yep, so that hasn't turned up yet. So, Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham is resuming an investigation of potential surveillance abuses by the FBI with an expansive request for records regarding or relating to the Bureau's vetting of the Steele dossier. In a letter Thursday, the Attorney General Graham asked for all FBI and Justice Department documents relating to the investigation, attempts to verify allegations made in the dossier, which was authorised by former British spy Christopher Steele, funded by the Democratic Party. The FBI railed heavily on Steele's report, FBI relied heavily on Steele's report to obtain 4 Foreign Intelligence Service Acts warrants, or FISA, against former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. Republicans investigated whether the FBI misled the FBI court, or FISA court, by relying on the dossier, even though its alleged allegations about Page were unverified. They also asserted the FBI failed to tell surveillance court judges that Steele was working on behalf of the DNC and Clinton campaign on an investigation of Donald Trump. I actually welcome this. I want to know why those FISA warrants were handed out on such flimsy evidence. And I must admit, I really do like Lindsey Graham lately. He's really grabbed those balls of his, hasn't he? Yeah, good on you, Lindsey. Keep it up, I suppose. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's yeah, I'm kind of impressed with Lindsey Graham, to be honest. We'll see what happens. See, I don't like the chances of it going through. The deep state will stop it. But you know, hey, at least he's doing something, I suppose. NPC says rip baby. NPC F in the chat. Amy, will anything ever be done about all those shenanigans with Hillary, FBI, and oh, I don't know, Amy. I think Trump would have a better chance of getting something done if it was lust. So if it was his last running as president, I reckon he would go after it a lot more. I reckon he's not going after as much as he should be because he's been threatened or he's been told to back off. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to see her locked up, to be honest, or at least investigated for those emails and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. QAnon saying justice is coming. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the whole QAnon stuff. Look, they get some stuff right, they get some stuff wrong. Throw enough data at the board, you're going to get something right though, I suppose. So, yeah. Steele was a foreign agent, not registered. Yeah, talk about foreign collusion, eh? Lindsay was outed by the Dems. NPC says Steele is a synonym. His real name will come out with any luck. Yeah, he's a spy. He's probably got more synonyms than he's had pack lunches. After Kavanaugh, those intolerants, so-called tolerant ones. Yeah, tell me about it. The left really is tolerant, aren't they? Alright, jumping into the next story. Donald Trump visits victims of Alabama tornadoes, signs hats and Bibles. I'd like a Bible signed by Trump. I reckon that'd be good. A Bible signed by Trump. But that'd be unique. It's like, you know, like everybody's getting the hat signed and everything like that. I want something a little more unique. Maybe a Bible. So, President Donald Trump, First Lady Melania Trump travelled to Alabama, they're over in your neck of the woods actually, and Georgia on Friday to witness the damage caused by the tornadoes in the area. The president visited nearby a dozen family members in a community church who lost loved ones in Alabama. 23 people were killed in the storms on Sunday. He also signed Bibles and hats for volunteers and survivors of the storm, according to a volunteer speaking to reporters. One family lost 10 relatives to the storm? Holy dilly. We couldn't get here fast enough, Trump said. I wanted to come by the day it happened. Trump thanked first responders and FEMA for doing an A-plus job, caring for the victims and promising to keep them in place as long as was needed. We love you all. We love the state of Alabama, he says. The president also spent time outside the church where 23 crosses were set up to remember the people who died in the storm. Yeah, there's a bit of news coming out of Alabama today. Yeah, it's a bit of an Alabama day, to be honest. I feel like I should be playing Sweet Home Alabama on the radio. I like this. I like he does this sort of stuff. All presidents do, of course. But I do think he actually does care. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that he does this sort of stuff, to be honest. So yeah, good on him for doing it. Hopefully there are people over in Alabama that are affected are okay, and well, obviously 23 of them aren't, but I hope the rest of them are okay, and yeah. Trump pans, trumpet, what a strange thing. Yeah. Snopes gets the facts wrong on Alexandria Cortez campaign finance scandal. It's funny how they got this one wrong, isn't it? They seem to get a lot of things wrong when it's convenient. The left-leaning fact-checkers website Snopes butchered facts about the PAC controlled by Democratic Representative AOC and her top aide in the story published Thursday. Alexandria Cortez and Scott, her former campaign chair and current chief of staff, obtained majority control of Justice Democrats in December 2017. The PAC, which would be held 1.8 million before June 2018 primary, has been widely credited with manufacturing her upset victory over the incumbent Joe Crowley. Snopes writer Gill falsely claimed in the story that Cutterberry, who serves as the executive director of Justice Democrats, was not an official agent or officer of the PAC. He also failed to acknowledge the fact that Karobi and Alexandria Cortez are members of the PAC three-member board of directors, according to archived versions of Justice Democrat website and corporate filings obtained by the Daily Caller News Foundation. Chuckerberry began as executive director of Justice Democrats in January 2017, according to his LinkedIn. I'm not surprised they got it wrong. They always do. It just always seems to go one way. It's weird how that happens, isn't it? It's funny how they always seem to go to get things wrong in favor of the Democrats. So sad for the people in Alabama. Yeah, it is kind of sad, actually, Amy. Yeah, Amy, I think he does care too. No matter how he will be. No matter how he will be eviscerated. Minnie says in chat, watch nothing happen to her but a 25k fine or something stupid. Are you talking about AOC there? Cindy Minnie? You reckon AOC will get away with like a $25,000 fine or something to you? Alright, so Muslims riot for the fourth night running in Grenoble, France. So hurl Molotov cocktails at police, set car on fires. Prominently Muslim rioters in the French city of Grenoble set cars on fire and hurled Molotov cocktails at the police for the of night. The rioters were expressing their anger at the deaths of two boys aged 17 and 19 who were not wearing helmets and refused to pull over for the police before leading them on a high-speed chase. The two were killed when a bus travelling on a bridge moved to make way for the police cars and crushed the teenagers against the wall of the bridge. Residents responded by staging protest marches before around 100 hoodie youths took to the streets, torching vehicles and attacking police. Molotov cocktails, fireworks and gasoline bombs were all hurled at the police, who responded by firing tear gas. At least 65 vehicles were destroyed in the unrest. So the majority of cities in France have repeatedly been hit by riots in so-called problem areas, emphasizing the integration of large numbers of Muslim migrants has failed. Last month, French author Eric Zemmour said areas of France are now completely outside the control of the police and are being run by Arab gangs who have imposed de facto Sharia law. That is interesting. I should check into that. We aren't in France any longer, said Zemmour, adding that police are refusing to enter such areas for fear of provoking a riot. In an interview given by France then Interior Minister Gerald Combat last year, Combat admitted the country's security situation is dire thanks to mass immigration. Asked what he thought about the security situation, Sokolom, I'm getting that name wrong, responded, the relations between the people are very hard. People don't want to live together. Pressed as to whether he thought mass immigration was responsible for this unrest, Colom responded enormously so, before going on to acknowledge that France did not need any more immigration. Back in December, numerous French generals were hit with disciplinary action after signing an open letter accusing President Macron for treason for committing France to the UN Immigration Pact. France has been hit by massive Yellow Vest protests and riots over the last few months, parties as a backlash to Macron's immigration policy. By the way, the way that all this is happening, and when this is all happening, they are supposedly still going after the female, Le Pen. They're trying to lock Le Pen up for being anti-Islam, being anti-ISIS. Yeah, apparently in France now, being anti-ISIS is a bad thing. Who would have thought? Welcome to France. Look, at the end of the day, you know, I'd like to say it's not like anyone could have predicted this was going to happen. But if you go back to our videos from 2 or 3 years ago, or whenever it was we first started, you would see that we predicted that this was going to happen. Yeah, nobody is shocked that this is happening. The left is trying to cover it up. The right is basically saying, we told you so. And to be honest, I don't know of any way of humanely solving this problem. Like, what are you going to do? Go through and deport all these immigrants? The left isn't going to handle that. Although then you can start deporting the left that carry on, I suppose, and clean your country out. But I don't... I was actually making a video that's the audio part of it and the recording part's done. I just got to edit it all together and stuff like that. But it's talking about the Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Tim Pool, the censorship, and whether the right and the left can live together. And what is the outcome of society, sort of thing. It's a bit of a black pill, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know if I want to upload it or not. It's pretty black pilling, but yeah. But look, every country is having problems. Every country that's taking in migrants is having problems right now. Even Australia. Yay, the lucky country. But anyway, I don't know, guys. I'm the boss. Crazy Eyes Cortez supposedly got $1 million from George Soros. Either way, it's hypocrisy to mention Stormy when up to the 2 mil is missing. I don't know about George Soros. I haven't heard anything about that. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, look, a social democrat, quote marks, social democrat who's bad with money. You know, a communist who's bad with money. Oh my God! Imagine my shock. Yes, Obama got caught too, and that's what happened. True, he did actually. You're right, Cindy. It was several million in question. Yes, it was. And if Trump had done it, they would have thrown the book at him. Amy, why is it more done about these non-political corrective... Why is it more done about these non-politically correct terrorist attacks by militants? Because, Amy, they don't want to be racist. They don't want to come us as racist, so therefore they don't want to go and arrest these people. Because racism, it's ridiculous. It really, really is. Because if people think they can riot and get away with it, guess what? They riot and they get away with it. They are the brown shirts of the powers to be. Yeah, they are too. Amy, Linda Sassor ran the woman's P-word march. Once Sharia law and genital mutilation for girls. Yeah, it's female genital mutilation or something, or what do they call it? Yeah, FSB or something, FSM or something like that. Unbelievable. And what happened to assimilating into society? Amy, they never wanted to assimilate into society. It was just a lie everybody was told, darling. Amy, the stability of the world is crumbling. I know. I want to buy an island. But anyway, Tommy Robinson was just banned. Was that from Facebook, or are you talking about YouTube there, Amy? We have no stability. We need to say screw the world. Yeah, mini buy island, I think, is plan B. But anyway. Apparently at least 65 vehicles were destroyed during the unrest. So, yeah, I suppose. Second last story. Democrats vote to give illegal immigrants the right to vote. Because, you know, it's not about votes or anything, right? Update. House Democrats voted Friday to defend locally that allow illegal immigrants to vote in their elections, turning back a GOP attempt to discourage the practice. As the Washington Times reports, the vote marks a stunning reversal from just 6 months ago, where the chamber under the GOP control voted to decry illegal voting. We're prepared to open the political process and let all people come in. Georgia Democrat and hero of the civilian rights movement, colleagues, and led to the oppression of GOP measures. Texas Republican, it sounds like I'm making it up. What kind of government would cancel the vote of its own citizen and replace with non-citizens? People that want to win. Texas Republican, Dan Shershwick. That's the guy that's the ex-vet that's got the patch on his eye, isn't it? It's all about votes. They want to beat Trump in 2020. They can't do it legally. So they want to try and make it so that so that illegals can vote. Because, yeah, we votes. That's all it's about. It's just votes. That's all it is. It's about winning elections. It's the same reason why all these caravans are turning up. So that they can win elections. So that the Democrats can win in 2020. That's all it is. They don't care about people. They don't care about the poor. They don't care about poverty. They don't care about where they come from. They just care that they vote Democrat. And 80% of them will. And that's what it's all in regards to. Okay, so Amy, yeah, what you're talking about was the thing that happened about a week ago. He was banned from Instagram and Facebook, I believe. I believe he was already banned off Twitter from previously. Amy says in chat, I registered proudly that day and I turned 18 and now to give it to illegals. Yeah, well. Welcome to America, hun. Yeah. Congratulations on registering to vote. Proud of you. And happy 18th birthday, I suppose. It's to make sure I have another Repub POTUS. Yeah, they want a Democrat. They want a Democrat to win as president. They don't want Trump. Yeah, it's to make sure we never have another Republican president. True. That's what it's all about. It's about turning the country into a bunch of socialist Democrats. So, yeah. But hey, you know, I don't know. It's kind of blackpilling. I don't know. Plan B, people. Buy an island. But anyway, let's keep going. Last story of the day. In surprise move, House Republicans release Bruce O'Hare transcripts. So, Republican Doug Collins unilaterally released a 206-page transcript Friday of a disposition that Justice Department official Bruce O'Hare gave to Congress in August. Collins, the top Republican on the House Judiciary Committee, took the unusual by reading a statement on the House floor and providing a link to the O'Hare transcript in the public record. The representative said his patience with the Justice Department has grown thin. O'Hare served in 2016 and 2017 as a back channel between the FBI and Christopher Steele, the former British spy who authored the anti-Trump dossier, alleging collusion between Trump campaign and Russian government. O'Hare's wife, Nellie O'Hare, worked as a contractor for Fusion GPS, the opposition research firm that hired Steele. So no conflict of interest or anything there. O'Hare was interviewed on August 28, 2018 by a task force of members from the House Judiciary and House Oversight Committees. Collins Friday that he plans to release additional transcripts from the interview conducted by the task force. Lawmakers have also interviewed Nellie O'Hare and FBI Justice Deputy officials such as former FBI General Counsel James Bucker and former FBI Attorney Lisa Page. So, I kind of like this. I kind of like the fact that the Republicans are transparent with all this sort of stuff. Yeah, good on him. Good on them. So, yeah, I'll have to have a look at it. I'll have a look at it over the weekend, maybe if I get a chance. see if there's anything important in it. You know, I'll but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know. Yeah, kind of like the transparency. I really, really do, actually. Apart from that, guys, that's all the stories we have for today. There's not a lot of news, but it's still enough, I suppose. Still enough for, what, an hour and a half? Just under an hour. But yeah, guys, apart from that, does you guys have any questions, any queries, or anything at all? Any stories you suggested, obviously feel free to hit me up on Twitter. If you don't want to do it publicly, you DMs. My DMs are open to everybody. So obviously feel free to hit me up on that. Or you can jump into Discord, post it in there, or DM me on Discord, or whatever it may be. This will obviously be the last story for the week. Over the weekend, Saturday Americans, or Sunday, Monday for the Aussies, I'll be playing games on the something's in writing, yeah, 268 pages, yay. I'll obviously be playing games on the gaming channel. I'm going to be playing with Satellite, I think we're planning on doing something with like Space Engineers or something, so that's cool. Obviously links for that are in the description below. If there's any major stories or anything like, you know, like major terrorist attack or anything like that, obviously we'll go live, but at the moment I will see all you guys on Monday night for the news. But if you do want to jump over, no worries, Amy, anytime, hun. But you guys, if you want to jump over to the gaming channel, jump in, have a chat while we're playing games. We're just going to be shit talking and playing, so feel free to jump in. I was streaming earlier today. I was playing Halion and just chatting to people in chat while playing, so yeah, it's all good. So, but yeah, thanks guys. Obviously, thanks everybody who turned up. Thanks everybody who sat there and watched it. And everybody that enjoyed the podcast. Everybody that did donate. I think it was only NPC with his flat Earth theory. But yeah, are you on Facebook? I am for the moment. It's Nonpartisan Media. It's the page for the